is the time.
Forever? Tangent. Old.
Halt.
Hashtag always MGM.
You are approaching the unloading area.
Calm down. AK haters.
But what if it could?
Behold the majesty of the Sistine Ceiling.
For the kids.
A salute to all theme parks, but mostly Walt Disney World.
Ha! What a cute ending.
Aloha and
Don't DIllo it.
This is Theme Park Thursday with DIllo's Diz. She is Jen.
Hello.
And I am Frank, and it is Theme Park Thursday Eve as we are recording here at DillosDizResort.com. That, of course, is our Patreon with memberships beginning as low as $1 per month. DillosDizResort.com. At the beginning of 2025, we were so far ahead in our recordings. We were weeks in advance. It was a glorious time. And now we're back to high schoolers. The night before, we're cramming it in.
It's, that ties in. I'm going to do something I don't normally do. That ties in to our executive functioning skills, which is exactly what Dr. Val and I discuss on today's episode of Just My Mom Sense, the podcast.
Oh my God. Is it Just My Mom Sense plug here on Theme Park Thursday with Dillo's Diz, Jen's podcast that debuted earlier this year that she never talked about? It's the first official plug by Jen of Just My Mom Sense, her new podcast, now 5 or 6 months old.
And if you're part of this Disney community, you should go back a week and listen to my discussion with Troy from Disney Assembled. 2 weeks in a row of Disney community members.
Yeah. So, and Troy did a double dip last week with
That's
him.
right.
We were on Theme Park Thursday, talking a little Disneyland. Mimi, I don't like to say anything that happens outside the recording, but she spoke to how much she loves in our introduction, a salute to all theme parks, but mostly Walt Disney World.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty much, it's all but clear. We're going to talk about a salute to all things. I can't think of the quote because I got so many other things in my head. A salute to all nations, but mostly America here on the podcast today. I like how to get in the mindset. I was like, nope, I keep saying the intro in my head instead of what I'm supposed to say. So thank you, everyone. Jen's not editing the podcast this week, so everyone gets to hear that glorious mind meld that just happened.
A little behind the scenes.
Anywho, so expect some Soarin talk here on the podcast today. Could that happen 20 minutes from now? Could that happen 30 minutes from now? We don't know.
Could that happen before we go?
And 2 weeks from now, we will be in Walt Disney World for the 3rd annual podcast meetup. Jen, are you ready?
What is time? I ordered pajamas, which arrived yesterday. Last night, I finally picked and ordered part of my Jollywood outfit because I was going back and forth and really debating on what I was doing. So, plenty of time left, 2 weeks. Hopefully that gets here in time and I don't go, well, great, now what am I going to do? So, that's basically me being ready. We have our matching T-shirts. That was a fantastic find on Etsy because we all got them very quickly. I have not revealed what my T-shirt says.
No.
But yeah, so, basically ready. But anytime I'm seeing the countdown, I'm like, what is going on? What do you mean?
Yeah, 2 weeks from now. How much of our plans do we have in order? Well, we're going to be at the first night of the Very Merry Christmas Party. We're going to be at the first night of Jollywood Nights. There's some dining reservations thrown in. Some may happen, some may not happen.
Yeah.
Maybe if our plane lands in time, we will do a race against the clock to see if I can make it onto Humunga Cowabunga. That is on the list. I'm not entirely sure how I apply to get the free water park day. Jen apparently does, so I'm going to follow her lead.
Okay, that's fine. It's just there.
But our
You don't have to apply to anything.
Our plane lands 90 minutes before Typhoon Lagoon closes. Will we make it in time? Stay tuned.
TBD.
I mean, we want to do the infamous run through Typhoon Lagoon. I think that's part of it. You've heard us talk about it over the years. Jen's best friends from high school father did an epic run through Typhoon Lagoon in the pouring rain that I was happy to imitate for years and years and years. Yeah. And if we can finally get that little over 30 years later, that recreation on video.
Yeah.
We still say video? We still say video.
Sure. I feel like I still say video. Like, I guess I'm starting to say, did you record it? You got to record. The 8-year-old will also often say, record me. But I think I still hear people say, oh, I have it on videotape as they're looking at their phone.
It's hard for me not to say videotape sometimes. Yeah. I do usually prevent myself from saying tape. Jeffers is concerned, what reservations are we not making? They're all fair game right now.
Yeah.
We have plenty of time.
Everything's fine.
We have a Beacon Barrel reservation in there on Friday before the Very Merry Christmas Party officially begins. Yesterday, Jen and I, believe it or not, I know people think we don't plan anything. But yesterday, in like 30 minutes, I was like, I can't do anything right now. Let me think about this trip for 30 minutes. I looked at all the show times and all the performance times, Very Merry Christmas Party and Jollywood, and put them in a shared note that has some of our loose plans there. Which only then made me go, oh, what are we really going to do? How many, with Very Merry Christmas Party, I was like, all right, when am I going on rides? But Jollywood, I was like, what rides do I want to go on in studios? Can't go on Muppet Vision. So there's a lot of things to discuss. And in our Discord today, our one-channel Discord, there was a lot of discussion about the character greetings that are coming to Jollywood Nights. Jen, very excited to wait 2.5 hours for Bing Bong. Jen is not there anymore. Is it me?
I'm back.
Oh, there you are. Are you going to wait 2.5 hours for Bing Bong? That's the real question.
I mean, listen, 2.5 hours is a lot. I don't know if I could do that, but will I keep peeking going? How long's the wait now? What about now? That I can fangirl with Bing Bong. That would be amazing.
I just ran into Bing Bong at Pixar Place in the lobby on our last morning in Disneyland. So I'm like, I'm good. I don't...
Yeah, of course. I'm good. You didn't even care that you saw Bing Bong, so whatever.
When you are all in line for Bing Bong, I will be at the foot of the demolished arch of Hollywood Studios, #AlwaysMGM, which was destroyed over the weekend.
You have to tell the Papadillo story.
So I see Mama and Papadillo on Sunday. I stopped by. We'll get into, if we get to that, the other part of that later. We have a lot to discuss. Yeah. We're not going to get anywhere fast. So in a Disney-related Sunday at Mama and Papadillo's, I was at the house for a little bit after, mostly talking about the Mets. But then it turns into Disney talk because this guy I know, he's in Disney right now. He's staying at the Tower at the Polynesian. You know the monorail doesn't even stop there? You pay all that money and the monorail doesn't even stop at the Tower? And I was like, yeah, that's a little silly that they don't have a station for the Tower. I'm not going to lie. And he's like, you know what else? He's not even going to the Magic Kingdom because you can see them destroying Tom Sawyer Island.
That's why the guy's not going.
That's what he said. Yeah. I don't know if that's true. And so I was like, Now, to be fair, we've talked about the end of Tom Sawyer Island and everything here on the podcast. But I will say, and I said this to Papadillo on Sunday, I said, listen, we were at Tom Sawyer Island so much. My first trip in 1981, like it's the rope bridge, the caves. We tell the infamous DIllo story about walking into the cave, the cave wall. Like there's just so much. But I said, the Rivers of America in Disneyland kind of changed my perspective on the end of that space in the Magic Kingdom. That was until I saw them destroying the caves in the middle of this week, where you saw just like where the caves were. It was just like these, and I was like, okay, now I have joined the masses. That one was a sucker punch a little bit. And I said, oh, because he didn't. I said, did you hear about the arch at MGM? And he was like, no. I said, they knocked that down on like Friday into Saturday. I said, the whole little arch into that side.
Minute Maid.
Over by Minute Maid. And he's like, let's see if I can get this quote right. I'm 0 for 1 so far today. He's like, I don't understand. They got all this space. Why can't they keep everything they already have and just keep adding? Why do they have to change anything? Mm-hmm. Just keep what you have
and build around it.
And keep adding.
Yeah.
And then Mama DIllo chimes in, what are they putting over by Tom Sawyer? I said, cars. Cars? So they were very much, and I had to explain again. I'm like, I've said this before. I said this was their plan all along. I said I listened to those podcasts a year before we started. All the talk was these ticket prices are going to a place because everyone complained about the crowds. Mm-hmm. And we're all guilty. So here we are. Uh-huh. But the monorail doesn't even stop at that station. At that tower. You pay all that money.
Jeffers worried, asking, is he the guy? Is Papa DIllo at Disney? Is he the guy he's talking about?
No, there's always a guy at Disney.
Yeah, there's always a guy. This guy comes in. He comes in a lot. He's at Disney.
He's down there right now.
Yeah.
And he said, well, this is what he said. He said, I called him. What? I called him just to bust his chops.
No, you didn't.
I was like, and Mama DIllo's like, you called him while he was in Disney? Yeah, just to bust his chops.
Didn't happen. Didn't happen.
And you know what he said? He's not even going into the parks because they're so expensive.
People aren't going. Okay. Well, I beg to differ.
As they keep announcing the sellouts for all these after-hour parties.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I cut you off somewhere in there. Were you taking it somewhere else, or?
I was going to, and then I was like, no, we don't have time for that one. So we cannot. I did see Jeffers also mention we're not talking about the Blue Jays, and that's fair. We did so much Mets talk, and we're not talking about the Blue Jays. I will say, that last Blue Jays game, that was a how could he not be romantic about baseball moment.
I mean that was pretty good. It was pretty good.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, because I was monitoring on the cellular device for a little while, and it was like 3-1, and then when it said to 7th, I was like, okay, I'm going to put it on, and I had just missed a homer, and I was like, ooh. Yeah. I was like, all right, now I'm in it. But yeah, the Blue. Listen, Don Mattingly finally getting to the World Series for the first time. He's one of the coaches on the coaching staff of the Blue Jays, so I'm here for a little Donnie baseball, getting a World Series ring.
I appreciated that Eugene Levy was in the stands. Lewis also mentioning how the tower is closer to the monorail than a lot of the Poly, which that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't walked over there. That's on part of my.
Oh yeah, when that was in the notes, I was like, oh yeah, you haven't been there. I forgot.
Yeah, so
yeah,
it's time for that. Yeah, I managed to remember that.
Yeah.
I also, to add, because we do have a lot. It's Theme Park Thursday. I'm 36 hours away from being in Orlando for 36 hours.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which Mrs. DIllo and I have 3. I'm not going to Disney. I don't have plans to go to Disney. There's no
property or parks.
I have no. We're not going to Food and Wine or anything. Mm-hmm. I'm in town for a wedding, and coming in after. I mean, it's barely. I'm after midnight on Friday, and out of there in the morning on Sunday. So all day Saturday is dedicated to the event. However, I have 3 Disney dining reservations currently in my my Disney Experience app.
Mm-hmm.
I suspect I'm still only going to make the one.
But what if
I
you
think
could?
the Sunday morning one is out. Doing the calculations, unless
There's time.
what is time? Is that what you said?
No, there's
Yeah.
time.
No, there's time. I mean, no, too close for that. But
Okay.
I would have to get, because I currently have something at 9 on Sunday morning at Steakhouse 71. If I'm just going to put it out there in the world, I need something in the 8 o'clock hour. So maybe Jeffers can watch out for me.
Trevor's like, what do you need? It's booked already.
I don't really. I don't really suspect that we're going to get up that early to travel all the way to the north side of Disney property,
Yeah.
probably with our bags
Yeah.
to eat breakfast. But I do have a brunch lunch situation for Saturday, and the last possible reservation at Topolino's, I think, that was available for an evening that I don't think I'm going to.
Yeah, I mean, that one's probably rough.
That one's rough.
Yeah.
So.
What do you need? I'll get it. There you
Yeah,
go.
exactly. So hilarious that I have 3 Disney dining reservations for 36 hours that I have no intention to do 66% of.
Or will you? Let's see.
Or will I?
Mm-hmm.
It all depends here.
Yeah.
Before we just start talking about Soarin.
All right. We got
How far
plenty of
will-
time until then. We got a good 30 minutes until then.
And because I think this is theme park related, a couple of weeks back, we did an episode where we kind of reviewed the Dancing with the Stars Disney night. We're both kind of all in on Dancing with the Stars this season. Last night as we're recording this, was Wicked night. The full court Wicked press is on. Mm-hmm. We're 4 weeks away from the Wicked for Good coming out. I think this is very theme park related because I want Universal to give me a reason to spend more money at their parks. Mm-hmm. So I'm hopeful for the success of this, and they're the 5-hour marathons they're planning, the 2 movies back to back. They got every product in the world with it's a pink or a green situation. Mm-hmm. And so Wicked night last night on Dancing with the Stars, every contestant did a dance, a routine from a song from the musical or the movie musical, I guess in this case. Mm-hmm. Is there anything you would like to reference regarding?
I mean, how big are we going on this? Listen. So I mentioned to you that on the Pod Meets World podcast feed,
Yes.
Danielle Fishel, who is currently a contestant, has her own. She was calling it Danielle with the Stars, and now I see she's calling it like Danielle Dances, and I'm like, oh, did we have to change that for a copyright issue or something? I don't know. But, so she's doing like recaps of the night, and then she's also doing some little interviews here and there. And then Ryder Strong and Will Friedle are doing their own. They've never seen the show before. This is their first time. And so they recap each episode as well.
Okay.
And, they have a big thing with the scoring and how things are scored. Like, they can't figure it out. Mm-hmm. And, like, listening to that, I'm like, yeah, you have a point. I really, because I too cannot figure it out. And their point is like, not that the people getting great scores don't deserve that, but there are other people who do deserve better scores and are not getting them. Right. And at first, I think before I heard them say that, like I had noticed early on, like, the people in the first half of the show are getting scored much lower than the people in the second half of the show. Mm-hmm. And now it's like such a mixed bag where you see it and you see at first I thought last night's episode started very positive and enthusiastic. And I'm like, oh, that's because last week they were all over everything, not being positive enough. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden it took a turn. And I'm like, wait, are we nitpicking with people? First of all, when is Robert Irwin going to get a 10? It's ridiculous at this point. 2 weeks in a row, this kid deserved a 10.
Mm-hmm.
To which the 11-year-old said, "Are you calling him a kid? He's like 21." I go, "Yeah, I can do that now." So why not someone giving him a 10? Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's crazy. But, like, they're talking about, like, Dylan Efron. "Oh, your foot was turned a little bit this way, and it was just not a." What do you mean his foot was turned? Really, you're really getting that nitty gritty with him when other people are like, "That was just brilliant." Like, what are we doing here? I was happy that Danielle Fishel finally got some nine. She had been in the sevens.
Yeah.
It's like
Mm-hmm.
being on TikTok and getting stuck in the 200. She was just getting sevens constantly.
Right.
So that was nice to see. But I don't know. I can't I know that I have been enjoying Andy's journey on Dancing with the Stars. I also don't expect him to still be here. Like,
Right.
I understand where we're at here. And I know he doesn't expect to still be here. And so it is funny to see him continue on each week. But he's still enjoying himself, and good for him, and he is improving. And I'm also glad he finally got a 7 for something. Like, you keep saying he's improving every week, but you're not improving his score. But I get it. When you're giving Danielle, who's doing massive dances, a 7, you can't give Andy a 7 because how are you going to do that?
Yeah, I mean, it would be nice for like their YouTube channel or something to kind of like review, like, if it's this type of dance that requires a higher degree of difficulty, like you're reviewing, you're scoring diving or something.
Yeah.
You get that degree of difficulty. So I get it if there's a dance that has more footwork, so that's going to change how things are in the scoring. But yeah, it sometimes comes across as no rhyme or reason. Obviously, on this last episode, I don't know if I should do spoilers or not, but the 9-year-old at the end gave a very audible "no."
I felt for her.
I tried to explain to her that everything is wrestling. And when
Yes.
you have a tour that's coming up that is probably in conflict with a majority of the remaining episodes of Dancing with the Stars, like, maybe you're going to get all 7s at the beginning of the episode.
Yeah.
And while everyone else is getting much higher scores.
Yes. Yeah.
And then, and that's another part I don't understand, is how the scores versus the voting, what's the percentage of those things? I don't show me the math. Is it Disney math? I don't know. But it was a little clear. There's one contestant, I think, that should not be there. That's not Andy. And there's one contestant I'm ready to go.
And Andy might beat her again next week if we're thinking of the same person.
And that is something that I'll watch for next week.
We'll just say who it is.
It is Jen from
Jen,
the
yes,
Secret Lives of
100%.
Mormon Wives.
We said
and
that
that really
earlier.
gets her. That was her best dance this week.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you can't put her up against Whitney Levitt. When you got two Secret Wives of Mormon Live people,
Can't even say it.
I don't know. I can't even say anything this week.
Yeah.
You like, wow, how it's not a fair comparison. It's unfair to Jen. Let her go.
Yeah.
But the 9-year-old is concerned because she's the 8-year-old's favorite.
She is. It's funny they've discussed that. And the 8-year-old, here's why the 8-year-old loves her. Because she has cute babies. So that's why she loves her. It's really, I mean, I'm sure she appreciated when she was Jasmine. But I think really it comes down to she has cute babies. And that's what matters most. But yeah, she's cheering for her. Meanwhile, me and Mr. Snydillo, after watching this episode, were like, Andy might beat her again next week. I don't know that he might end, because she's also not, I mean, I don't think she's not in the bottom 3.
Right.
Has she been? Maybe once she was in the bottom 3?
Maybe last week she was before the scores.
But to me, she doesn't seem to have like the fan base. But I might be wrong because I don't think I'm in that world.
She's also running uphill. I think she's matched against Whitney Levitt.
Yeah.
She's got a new partner that's never been on the show before.
Yeah.
He's still trying to figure out how to cater to that Dancing with the Stars audience. So I think it's a rough spot. It's nothing against her
Yeah.
in particular. I think it's the circumstances that are like, okay,
Yeah.
this is not working out anymore.
Yeah. And then I found it interesting that you have Elaine do, the song of the night. End it in the way she did, where I was like, all right, we're doing this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They all are like, I was bawling my eyes out. This was amazing. 9. I'm like, okay, I'm not saying that you necessarily deserved 10s, but you were really good. And this was your best dance. And you had everyone crying and emotional and saying all good things. And when they do that and then don't have it in the reflected scores, I'm like, I don't understand. But you do hear them be so, let me just give you one note with some people. And then other people get no notes.
No.
You don't need a note. Even though I'm going to give you a 9 as well, you don't get notes because we just
Right.
love you so much.
Yeah. I'm sure I fly on a wall is what I want to be there sometimes, because
Yeah.
I'm sure there's so much behind the scenes.
Yeah.
What can you say? Who can you say what to? You can't say this to that person. And before, I don't want to do too much Dancing with the Stars, and we already have. But my favorite, and I especially the 2 of the 3 I will mention, but I got a big kick out of that John M. Chu as the guest judge this week, the director of Wicked.
Yes.
Right. I got a big kick at how prominent some of the professionals who already been eliminated were present as backup / ensemble. And I was like, they're just going for a little more screen
Are
time.
you auditioning? Are you auditioning for anything?
I was like, I love Jenna and I love Britt. But I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
you go for it. You go,
Yeah.
you get yourself out there this week. Maybe not. But after that, I'm like, oh, I'm so psyched for Wicked now. I'm not diluting my expectations for this second movie. There's no.
No, I am
diluting
very
the
excited.
expectations.
Yeah.
All right.
All in.
So on Monday, here we are, 30 minutes in. On Monday, on the Instagram feed, I see Putty from Seinfeld, and and he's got a mustache, and he's doing a new announcement, and it's announced that there will be a new Soarin starting next summer, because it is the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence and the whole Revolutionary War and Paul Revere and all those things. Jen, what did you think? All right, I'm going to give you that pause for a second. How big of a fan of Seinfeld are you? Is Putty the greatest supporting character in the history of Seinfeld? Or, do we count Newman as like number one supporting Seinfeld character?
Yeah.
Like, where does Putty fall? David Putty in the echelon of supporting Seinfeld characters.
Okay, so we're only talking about Seinfeld specifically.
Yeah. Yes.
No, he's definitely up there. Newman is number 1. There's no way that Newman's not number 1.
No.
He's up there, though.
The Costanza parents have to be up there.
Oh, man. Yes. And I think even Jerry's parents have to kind of be up there somewhere.
That's because you just like her as Mrs. Arkmonic on Alf.
Bring back Elf. Did they bring back Elf? Did they do that at one point? I feel like they did, actually.
I think they tried.
And I did not. Yeah, I didn't see it. No, but no, I appreciate him in this role. I feel though is Putty telling us about Soarin. I don't see him in a different character telling us about Soarin. He is Putty. But I'm not. I feel indifferent about Soarin, because I don't know. I just feel indifferent. I feel like this is now going to be like the third round of iteration of Soarin, and so is it change for the sake of change? Is it because of these various anniversaries? And so we will always say back in the day there was like this patriotic aspect to Walt Disney World, in this very old-fashioned family I don't know how to describe it, but
Right. Yeah.
it was like a nice vibe to it. So are we trying to like get that back a little bit?
Right.
I don't know. There's a little bit of da 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 for me. So there's a lot happening that makes me indifferent. I'm not like, ugh, I'm not gonna go on that. I'm not gonna go see it. But I'm also not like, yay, I can't wait. Because I'm just like, why do we keep changing it? And we're not like if you're going to do things like this, and let's say you did something like this around summertime because of Memorial Day and 4th of July and all these things, cool. And then you did something holiday related, or maybe, okay, if we're constantly changing it during different times of the year or different holidays or something, then I would understand it more. But the up and downs of just, we're putting this one out there. Now we're taking this one away and adding this one. Now we're going back to the old one. Oh, now we're changing it again. I don't know. I'm just, okay. I mean, I'll go for it. Yeah, but I don't think I have strong feelings about it either way.
Nate calling out Patrick's mustache and shaved head / hair plug combo. Now I'm not gonna be able to. Oh no.
Good call, Jeffers. Elaine's boss.
Yeah. Elaine.
Yeah.
I saw Banya earlier. It's gold, Jerry, gold. And I mean, I was a big Frank Costanza person for a while.
I mean, that blooper of what the hell does that mean? I mean, that's the best.
Yeah, I mean, there's back-to-back scenes, I think, of, right? It's like probably the two funniest scenes to me in all of Seinfeld is Frank Costanza related, which is when they think George is dead, for whatever reason, because his car is at Yankee Stadium all weekend. And so George Steinbrenner comes to visit the Costanza, and first Frank is like, why did you trade Jay Buna? And, well, Ken Phelps told me it was a good, like, me cracking on it. Like, and then it goes to the next scene where Jerry walks into the apartment and Frank Costanza's leaving a voice message, and he's like, Jerry, it's Frank Costanza. George is dead. Call me back. And just, I don't know. It was the funniest thing to me at the time. But Banya was the worst, Lewis. Agreed.
All right. What are your thoughts?
A similar notion, right? I think we could have possibly have gone here anyway with the 250th.
Sure.
1776 to 2026 thing. But and they're talking about a year-long thing starting in November until next year. They're talking about a 24-hour Disney Plus salute coming in on July 4th. So, the announcements are starting, but I'm going to need more. I'm going to need the Muppets back in Liberty Square.
Yeah.
I'm going to need finally getting Hamilton into the theme parks in some capacity. Just do numbers from the show, sing them. You don't whatever. You don't need like a shortened version or anything. Like just put some Hamilton into the parks finally. And I think this is the time.
Yeah.
And so that's where I am with that. And to the next version of Soarin'. And of course, I don't know how people put out memes and GIFs of things so fast, where they got the Statue of Liberty on the curve, like the Eiffel Tower. Like, bravo to all those people. I don't even understand. And so I'm looking forward to seeing what they pick and what they choose and who gets angry at what they didn't choose. And because that's just how it's going to go.
Yeah.
But I am into, similar to Star Tours, the idea of how, and Smuggler's Run next year with Mando and Grogu, the idea of making attractions have repeatability. And so that aspect, I'm interested in, to see where else they could do such things in the future.
Yeah.
Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, maybe, for example. I don't know. They got some screens there that you could play with. But so that part I'm interested in, because I do think we should be living in a world where all three of those Soarins should coexist at some point.
Yeah.
And if you get on and you end up, if you get Conga 5 times in a row, like in Cosmic Rewind, then maybe you get Soarin' over California 5 times in a row. I'd be happy to smell the oranges every time. But I like the two. I don't know if, California is the original, so sure, I have some favoritism that way. But I like both. So I suspect I'm going to like all three.
Yeah.
So I didn't want the plan.
Yeah.
Tell me that all three are going to coexist after that.
Right. Love this idea from Ryan. Could Voices of Liberty do a Hamilton number? Love that.
I feel like I should do a search to see if that already exists. I could see that being already out there in the world.
Yeah, but I agree. Like, that's the thing. I don't not like this idea. I don't think it's bad. I think, and I agree with you that if there's a bigger plan, how it all ties in together, and if we're bringing Muppets into some capacity into Liberty Square, let's go. I'm all in then. But but I'll be interested to see it. I'm sure I will enjoy it. I've never gone on Soarin' and been like, ugh, that was whatever. Like, I enjoy Soarin' all around. So,
And I think that's the main takeaway. And I know when we say everything is just such a hot button topic when it comes to patriotism these days, or being proud to be an American, or and the feelings that come with that. But I think Disney can do its part in its own way to, I became a classical music fan because of 1988 Illuminations. I think similarly, a lot of my patriotism came from the American Adventure and the Hall of Presidents and the finale of the Electrical Water Pageant. It's just the way of it.
Yeah.
So that's something that I think is they were trying. I did crack up because, the Hallmark movies, they started last weekend, and the countdown to Christmas is on.
Yeah. How's it going for you?
It's right there. It's right there. It's on.
Glad it's whatever brings you joy. So it's good. It's good.
And I'm here for the countdown to Christmas.
Yes.
But the Walt Disney World ads are running, right? And what's funny is I had just been talking about how, at least around here, the movie theater, there's been more Disneyland ads than I've ever seen before. And for whatever surveys they're doing in demographics, suddenly they know more New Yorkers are going to California.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. And then I start seeing the Disney World ads again. And what's so funny is like, oh, here comes the resort discount. When's it going to be for? In the spring. And I'm like,
no.
Not even in January? No, not for Festival of the Arts. You just announced all those dates. Not from January 10th through February 12th or anything like that? No? Okay.
Oh, everyone's wishing you a Merry Christmas, so.
Oh, yeah, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas.
Oh, Dr. Val is watching fall Hallmark movies to prep.
Okay.
Do you get into the fall Hallmark over there?
A little bit, just because Mrs. DIllo gets itchy for the Christmas movies in the middle of September. So we watched a Nikki DeLoach fall Hallmark movie where she was the president of the college and the football coach and the whole thing there. So, which we're all, I'm always going to watch Nikki DeLoach movies. So
yeah. I'm always intrigued. Like, I should just watch these. But then I feel like if I watch one, I'm like, it's missing something. It's Christmas. It's missing Christmas. And I think that's...
I think it's kind of like Dancing with the Stars, right? Where it's like, I like watching some of the professionals no matter who they're with. And it is similar with Hallmark movies, I think, where I'm going to watch Nikki or, like there's a couple of guys that Mrs. DIllo likes or anything like that. So, back then, Alicia Witt hasn't done as many movies, but, a few years back, it was Alicia Witt for a while for me. So, if they're on, then I'm going to watch it.
Can I side tangent?
Yes.
Because you said Alicia Witt, who has made an appearance on the podcast.
That's true. In a cameo.
Almost how many years ago? In this month, it was probably about, was that 4 years ago in this month?
No, it's pandemic, so 5 years ago. Yeah.
Ugh, what is time? Anyway, so the 11-year-old is doing marching band because he's going to march in the homecoming day parade.
Oh,
homecoming parade. Yeah, on Saturday, the 9-year-olds will get to see him.
Oh, awesome.
And so, but me and Mr. Snydillo said something about marching band, which then led to Mr. Holland's Opus. And we're like, oh man, Mr. Holland's Opus. Oh, he would probably love that movie. And then we started talking about Mr. Holland's Opus a little bit. And I mentioned Alicia Witt. But then we were like, how do you think Mr. Holland was in the movie? And so then Mr. Snydillo does a deep dive. So Richard Dreyfuss, the actor,
who shares a birthday with me.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
He was 48 making the movie.
Shut up.
And his age, I think his age in the movie ranges from, I think he said 30 to 60. And I then said, hold up. He was supposed to be 60 in that last scene where he could, they had him acting like he was 80. Like, oh, let's help you up the stage, old man. Like,
it was the 90s.
What? But Richard Dreyfuss kind of has the Wilford Brimley, you always just seemed older than you were type.
Well, I mean, I'm doing the math. He was like 25, 26 in Jaws. Get out of here. He looked like he was mid to late 30s in Jaws.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Alicia Witt, unofficially on the podcast, she was not a guest. Let me be clear before I get there. Someone might do a news story and quote me. Don't quote me. Alicia Witt was not on the podcast as a guest. I did do a cameo for Frank for his birthday where she sang to him. I'll drop that in the resort Discord in case anyone forgot what that was like. So it was
pre-resort time, so it probably wasn't as widely
that was probably during Parks and Monorail time of our lives. Yeah. So I'll drop that in.
That's I forgot Alicia Witt was in that. I was thinking about that movie last week, and I was like, I've probably seen it all the way through again, from beginning to end once. But the end 7,000 times.
Yeah.
And that's what we did with Father of the Bride 1 and 2 last weekend after Diane Keaton passed away. And I had not seen from the beginning to the end of Father of the Bride in over 30 years. And
ridiculous.
But so good. Both those movies are so good. The 9-year-old killing me during she's like, Daddy, this is you. I mean, she says to him, right? She says to him, Dad, you know how you told me never to throw anything away? I'm like, oh my God.
I have all my old yearbooks and all my old retainer, and I actually packed it all.
Yeah,
I can't wait to talk to the 9-year-old about it.
Oh yeah, no, she loved them both. So she didn't. I don't think she knew which one she liked better. But that was cool to watch, and I thankfully busy, but I felt the need to watch every Diane Keaton movie for a week. Is how I felt. So I was like, I want to just go and binge, because I've probably only seen Annie Hall only. Obviously I've seen the Godfather movies a lot, but there's specifically, Something's Gotta Give, right? Is that the one with Nicholson that she's in? There's just so many.
Yeah. First Wives Club.
I haven't seen it in a long time. Yeah. So many awesome Diane Keaton movies. And so there've been so many awesome Diane Keaton clips on social media the past week and a half. Right? Yeah, week and a half that I've just been like, I just need to see more of her work. But Father of the Bride, to me, is always at the end, and it had to be 1990, I guess, at the end of a backstage studio tour we took at the studios, and #AlwaysMGM, you got to see a trailer for a movie, and the first one I remember seeing was Father of the Bride, and when he was trying to put on his tuxedo and getting into his tuxedo was like a whole trailer for that. And so that's the connection for me of Father of the Bride to the theme parks, which is why we're talking about it right now here on Theme Park Thursday.
Obviously.
This is not a tangent, everyone. It's connected
No.
to the theme parks. So speaking of just to kind of round it out before we go here, over the weekend, as mentioned earlier, I was at Mama and Papa DIllo's. And this was kind of part 2 of back-to-back weekends involving this. The first weekend involved the two of us.
Yes.
Where last December, Nanny DIllo passed away. And so there's been a process of clearing out the home. And you and I are on the couch. Papa DIllo comes home. And he's like, you got 9 boxes with your name on them at your grandmother's. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, there's 9 boxes in the attic. Yeah. 9 boxes in the attic with your name on them. I'm like, no, I don't. He's like, yes, you do. There's 9 boxes up there. And I'm like, 9? First of all, it was more than 9. But, and I'm like, no. I was like, 10, maybe 15 years ago, she gave me 4 large bins with my name on it of all Disney collectibles. I was like, I pulled some out last year for the holidays after she passed away. I put up an ornament of Goofy. I had a couple of collectible houses I put on the I was like, no, I have. Yeah. No, you got to go up there and get them. I was like, let's go right now. I felt like I was getting in a fight in high school. You want to go right now?
You want to do it? Let's go.
So, and I
was like, who's going up in the attic? Yeah. Should I go with you so I can actually crawl up there for you?
And keep in mind, this is not like Mama and Papa DIllo's attic where you can walk upstairs and sleep have it turn into a bedroom like Jen and I both did at certain points in our lives.
Correct. Yeah.
It is one of those, you open the trap door.
We haven't even discussed that what's in the attic are bedrooms at one point in our lives.
That's true. We have never said that, have we? So it's one of those, like, you pull the door and like in Toy Story 3 and the ladder hits you in the face and you go up and you crawl around.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I'm here. Yeah. If this is what you're saying, let's just go.
Yeah.
Jen, you got to take some of this story because what then happened was, 50-year-old me crawling around this attic like a 20-year-old for 45 minutes to an hour. So I'll pass it to you for a moment, Jen.
Because, again, as they're getting in there, they weren't really fighting, about going, I'm thinking to myself, is 50-year-old Frank or 73-year-old Papa DIllo, who's crawling in this attic? Just bring me. I took an Allegra this morning, so I wasn't even thinking today was going to be this day, but I already took an Allegra being prepared just for the seasonal allergies, so the dust won't bother me. I can go up there. And we get there, and you were like, no, I'll go. Frank, by the way, is in his Savannah Bananas yellow shirt, and then his, 70th hoodie over it, right? Is that 50th? My 50th,
not my 50th, yeah.
Over it. And at one point when he was sweating and covered up in the attic, I was like, why don't you take your hoodie off? And you're like, because I got the yellow shirt on. I can't do it. I'll be covered in dust.
Like, I don't want to ruin my Savannah Banana shirt.
Yeah. So, and just some more context in this attic, because our aunt and 3 cousins also lived in that house and grew up in that house. So there's a lot of stuff up there, and it all has to come down because the house has to be cleared out. And so we're like, so we'll just get it all down and we'll see what's going on. And Frank is in the attic. Then there was because then our aunt was there as well. And so at some point there was like an assembly line of we were passing boxes down. And then it turned into me and Frank basically handling it. And at one point, the bigger boxes, because Frank was just deep. We should have been recording the whole thing.
I don't know how we didn't have this content.
I know. And we said, oh, I'll go for the content. And we didn't. Yeah. But he was like deep in the attic. And he was like, I think there's probably like 12 more boxes. And we're like, oh, 12 more boxes. It's fine. And then all of a sudden he'd be like, remember when I said 12 more? I think now Now it might be 12 more. And then there was still one more round of, nope, now there's 12 more. So this went on. But at some point, he's pushing this box. And then because he's so far into the attic, I'm then taking it and like maneuvering it to come slide it down the stairs. And all of a sudden, I see a number on a box. And I was like, huh. And I put it down. And then I see FC as initials, which, granted, FC are Nanny Dillo's initials, Papa Dillo's initials, and Frank's initials. So, in fairness, we don't know for sure. But then the next box, FC number 2. What? Then another one, FC number 9. I go, hold on. I think these are your boxes. And you were like, what? I'm like, these boxes, these last 3 boxes have been numbered, and they have your initials on them. And you're like, no. And then, should we call her Aunt Dillo? I don't know what to call her. Auntie Dillo? I don't know.
Auntie Dillo, sure.
She was like, do you want me to open one? We're like, yeah, open one and see what's in there. And as she opens one, it's just those green Disney collectible boxes. And it's many of them in these big cardboard boxes. And yeah, you know what? That's a good point, Jeffers. Is if ever there was a time for the ears hat cam, you should have had your GoPro the whole time.
That's true. Yeah, so it's the Walt Disney Classics Collection, which was launched in July 1992. So prior to 92, of course, a great year in 1992. We probably should have talked about that on our 1992 episode. Prior to 92, Disney had primarily licensed other companies to produce figurines and character sculptures, which we have so many ceramic figures from the parks prior to that. With Walt Disney Classics Collection, they took more of a direct role in producing collectible figurines. So this went all the way until, I think, 2012, when it was finally discontinued. They ceased production in 2012. So that is that. But yeah, Jen was handling all these boxes.
So once the attic has been fully cleared out of a crib from the 80s, schoolwork, because we're not the only kids with our schoolwork. Our cousins have their schoolwork too.
Right. Not just us. We're not the crazy ones. And we found Papa Dillo's schoolwork that weekend as well.
Oh, yes, that's right. Oh my God. And that book was crazy. But if you look in the room where we put everything, the amount of Disney related things, it was not just, how many boxes did that end up being with your initials?
No, I think I want to say it was 9 big boxes, but then there was like offshoots.
A million things. Yeah. But then there's just like, here's a massive Disney store bag, and in that bag had a bunch of things. Here's another box with Disney Christmas plates. Here's another box with, like, the Disney piles were crazy that we did not realize. All stuff that, like, was never used, was never opened, was...
Yeah, what had seen the light of day, what didn't see the light of day. And, so that was that first part. So then I was like, well, I had just, like, cleared out half of my storage unit in the last couple of years. And I was like, well, that's over, because... I didn't think I was like, what was here? I was like, I don't think I have room for all of this. And so I was like, I'll come back and start, let's see what's actually in here and what isn't. So, and I had to find like stackable bins, because I knew those boxes were not going to make it. And so I did that on Sunday, and like literally went through like, is there a collectible in here? Oh, there is a collectible in here. All right, which one? Okay, these 5 are together. Oh, okay. So I don't know. Do you have the What's in the Attic video as part of our thing here?
Oh, and like a little.
I'll talk over some photos here at the end. Okay. Oh, I do see it. Do we have it? I see it there.
I see. I'm playing it. Am I?
Maybe. No, you're not playing.
Live. What's in the attic? Wow!
You did it.
Did it.
In case you missed it, that was...
What's in the attic? Wow!
All right, let's get out of here then. How do we go back to the regular screen?
Now we're not going to go back. We don't know what
why?
We're doing.
Why can't we go back? Can't we go back to the regular screen?
Yeah, hold on.
Get away, media. Oh, you're the one who did it, so you got to fix it. All right, so I'm going to share the screen while you're trying to figure that out.
Okay.
Because I got
Well, if
some
you're
pictures.
sharing the screen,
Oh, no,
then...
what's happening here? Do I share the screen? Do I do this? Yeah, it would be my photo library.
And yes, we will need a bigger museum.
Right? Yeah, I'm not giving away any information here by showing what is on my screen.
I don't know. Those little thumbnails on the bottom, I don't know if you zoom in.
I know they're okay. I checked on those, I think. So.
Is this the kind, Lewis is asking, is this the kind of stuff they bought for years, or is it something they did when they were older? My grandmother bought way too many dolls in her later years. Yeah, I feel like it's over years, but I don't know really like the start and end time to it. A lot of it is Disney store centered.
Yeah.
So that already speaks to a time frame. And she was big on Black Friday shopping, and I feel like big on like a post-Christmas shopping.
Right.
So yeah, we were trying to figure that out.
So I think that's when a lot of these came into play. And can I figure out, like, Cogsworth, there's Mrs. Potts and Chip. I don't know. Is these on the bigger screen on your side, Jen? I don't know what everyone can see.
Yeah, I'll go over to YouTube to see what everyone else is seeing.
So there was like a whole big Beauty and the Beast. There was a Lumiere, as well. But then, you like the Sleeping Beauty, so why aren't these yours? First of all, but
That's a great question.
I mean, you can have these.
I have other Sleeping Beauty things in my attic at this point.
So so Blue Fairy, right? Pink Fairy. I mean, that's a great looking Aurora. And that's the thing. That's what cracked me up most. I said this to Jen the other day, is there's so many great looking figurines in this classics collection. Like this one of Aurora is great. And I love Sleeping Beauty too. And I'm like, but I'm not putting this anywhere. Like, where am I displaying this? In my 2-bedroom New York City apartment. I'm not. And then... there were these kind of little, there was a whole Fantasia sequence. So there was a couple of these like film looking things that I was like, why did you buy this one? And was it a subscription? Like, that's what's confusing too, that I don't really know. Was it a subscription? Were you getting one a month? Were you shopping for the day after Christmas and everything was just, big sales? Or
Right.
There's Timon doing the luau. I mean, that one is great. A couple of Mickeys here, and like this one's my favorite, which is Mufasa and Simba lying down in the savannah. I'm like, well, that one I'm gonna display somewhere someday because that one is super nice. The broom there from Sorcerer's Apprentice. Well, there's these. Let me skip through these real fast. And then. Yeah, like then other ones. There's Minnie from The Brave Little Tailor. And Susie and Perla are in here. I love this. This is out on eBay a lot, and then of course I did all the eBay checks for all of these to see what they were going for. But this like Cinderella sewing book.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Val's asking a good question. Did they have these on QVC back in the day? That's interesting.
Oh, that's a great question too. I guess that's possible.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I have boxes and boxes of this stuff. And Gus and Jacques from Cinderella. Is a great looking Ariel. Of course, like the best looking ones are the ones that are going for the highest prices on eBay.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I want to keep that Ariel. It looks awesome. But also, I could get a one-way park ticket to Epcot in 2 weeks if I sell it.
Yeah.
Are we going to be in Epcot in 2 weeks? We don't know. We don't know the answer to that.
We have no idea.
It's possible. And then what was funny about, let me just go back one for a second here to this owl in the tree from Bambi, is the biggest box in the world, Jen.
Yeah.
So it's like taking up so much space for this owl in the tree. I'm like, oh my God. But Bambi, and like, again, I like Bambi as a movie. Am I ever going to display Bambi figurines? Probably not.
I'm surprised she didn't have Bambi out.
Right.
Like, Bambi was her favorite. Yeah, Bambi and Pinocchio were her favorites. Why are they not out?
I stopped taking pictures after about an hour. So I probably only took pictures about half of everything. But this Cruella de Vil is awesome.
Yeah.
Looks fantastic. And so I'm like, are there other villains in these other box? Like, because I was like, oh, then like Halloween display would be really cool someday of Disney villains. and my guess is there's not a lot of Disney villains that Nanny Dillo collected. I'm guessing not.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
am going to have to go through and
Yeah.
because I'm like, oh, that's something that would be a way to display them if it was Halloween related. But in the overall, these collectibles are, I don't know what to do with them.
Yeah.
Because, we're really good at getting rid of things.
We're great at it. Yeah.
Oh, and we're back to regular screen.
We're back.
So that's a work in progress, basically. Over, I'm going to call it the DIllo's Village Marketplace. I think at some point in honor of the original name of
It's
Downtown
just the
Disney.
start of the museum.
Yeah, the start of the museum. It's the gift shop.
Yeah,
At the
exactly.
DIllo's Disney Museum, the DIllo's Village Marketplace. So Louis, I don't know, and I think that's a great point too. I didn't often, and I don't know, Jen, if you did, you go up Main Street, the Magic Kingdom, and it was always the nicer stuff on the right side of the street. I didn't go in those shops too often. That had
Yeah.
it was more the Emporium for us, but I never knew if those kind of figurines were in that side,
Right.
in those shops where things were a little more curio cabinet time. Who doesn't love a good curio? Auntie Dillo said curio about 1,000 times, and I was like, I don't have a curio. I don't. Mrs. Dillo won't let me have a curio.
Mrs. Dillo would never allow that. Yeah, it's just all really interesting, and even trying to think of when she wasn't going to Disney as often with us, because if that continued well into the 90s, then you could say, oh, maybe she had things shipped home or
Right.
whatever, but she wasn't going with
No.
us at
Right.
that point. And so I feel like the Disney store became her connection, and she was there a lot.
A lot.
Yeah. And I was saying that I almost feel like there was something on the counter every once in a while in the plastic thing at the Disney store where it'd be pre-order your whatever. Maybe it was one of these collectibles, and she
Right.
would always sign up for those because it was a great deal or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, all of us kids loved Disney originally, so I'm sure she thought, oh no, they're all good benefit, but then everyone ages differently and grows into different things. But yeah, that was and to say, Auntie Dillo and I were joking let me know if you have a double of anything. Let me do we need to trade and barter? What are we
Right.
Because she had a whole side of stuff too. So it's wild of what's out there. But yeah, there were so many I still haven't. There was a whole Snow White series that I didn't go through and things like that. So
Yeah. Crazy, but a whole other way we're falling into nostalgia.
I mean, it was a true nostalgia dive because it's funny because there was some Pocahontas stuff in there too, right? So that's all the time I moved. That's 30 years ago, right? That's all the time where I moved to Disney. Pocahontas had just come out and moved to Disney. I moved right into Disney. But similar to how we talked to Mimi about it last week on the podcast, you kind of just dive right in. But that Pocahontas is kind of that was the new thing in the studios at the time when I started working there. That was the decor at the Soundstage restaurant when I started doing dining shifts there. They were playing the music on loops everywhere. So Pocahontas was kind of the thing. So when I see Lion King stuff too, because that was the year before, but Pocahontas, I'm like, oh, that transports me right to the time where I moved down 30 years ago.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And to say that 30 years ago in November was where my traditions took place, and the night before I did my Disney traditions, I slept on the floor of Auntie Dillo's hotel room at Port Orleans Riverside back when it was Dixie Landings.
Do we need to have her on and see if she remembers that?
That'd be funny. I remember the day before I spent the day in the Magic Kingdom with them. That's funny. But hilarious. Will it wrap it up? Do we have anything else to address here?
No, I don't even know.
All across the map here.
Yeah, exactly.
But on a plane too. Will I be watching Moneyball on Friday night on my JetBlue flight? Place your bets, everyone.
Good question.
Place your bets for that. Thanks for joining us here at DillosDizResort.com. 2 weeks away from the meetup. Until next time, she's Jen, and I'm Frank. Bye-bye.
Deuces. The Dillo's Diz podcast is hosted by Frank Cardillo and Jen Cardillo Snyder. Music produced by Matt Harvey. Logos and video production courtesy of Snydillo Studios. Dillo's Diz Resort is our Patreon with tiers starting as low as $1 per month. You can visit DillosDizResort.com to learn more. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, X Twitter, and Facebook at Dillo's Diz. Check us out on YouTube by visiting youtube.com/DillosDiz. Don't forget to like and subscribe while you're there. We also have merch available on TeePublic and Etsy. For all this and more, visit our one-stop shop, DillosDiz.com. Dillo's Diz Podcast 2025.